Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. Let's go ahead and jump into our first project. So we're going to start out with one of these wood planks from Dollar Tree. And I'm just removing that string because we are going to replace it later on. And we're just going to start out with some of this white paint by FolkArt. I'm only going to give this coverage on the front half just because, you know, there's no need to waste the paint on the back. I'm just going to be very careful to try to not mess up the back of it. But anyway, I'm going to give that one full coverage or coat of this white paint. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and keep showing you that apparently. Okay. So while that's drying, we're going to take some of this Pink Sky, I think is the name of it, and I'm going to put it on one of these wood frames that Kathy Jo sent me. And again, just going to paint the front of it. And I was a little nervous because I've had this paint for quite some time, and I was like, ooh, I hope it's not too thick. I hope it still worked. And it was actually pretty loose, so I was really excited about that. Didn't have to, you know, doctor it up to make it work for us. But once everything is completely dry, also you'll see right there I have some of the little tower tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree that I also painted in that Pink Sky color. Now I'm going to use these to lift up that frame, okay? And that's just because I wanted to create some dimension here with the sign, just to give it a little something to make it stand out. And so what I'm going to attempt to do right here is I'm going to attempt to measure this out to make sure I got it centered. But of course, you know, the measuring turned into measuring, M-A-E, measuring. And, you know, we got it as close to the center as we could. You know, we did what we could, but it was some measuring going on here, okay? So once I felt good enough, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I'm tired of doing this. Let's just go ahead and commit. So then I'm taking my pencil, as you can see there, to mark where I want to make sure those tower tumbling blocks or tumbling tower blocks are in place. So they line up with the frame, right? And of course I did that wrong too, but I did, excuse me guys, my allergies are crazy, but I did mark those off. But what I didn't do is level them off. Of course, why would I do that, right? Like, why would I do that? So as you can see, I don't know if you can really tell, but like one is like higher up than the other one, but it still worked out because you can't really tell, you know, that they're off, because since I painted them the same color as the frame, and they're covered pretty much for the most part. But, you know, hey, you can't get it all right. But, you know, I tried to line them up, but it didn't work. I mean, I was close there. I was a smidgen off, okay? Just a smidgen. All right. So here we're going to put the frame. I was concerned that, okay, the frame probably will look a little lopsided as well. But like I said, it didn't really matter, because since I painted them the same color, it kind of blended, unless you're like really looking at it. And y'all know my rule. Don't be all up on my stuff like that. So yeah. So all right, like as the thumbnail said, we're going to be working with rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree, stickers, and wall decals. Now I've had these in my stash for some time, like from a couple years ago. My good friend Ro from Craftacular had sent me a whole box of goodies, and so, you know, they've just been sitting here, and I'm like, let's pull them out, let's see what we can use. And so I remember I had these, and this was the only pack I had of these. Like, I searched high and low, she searched high and low, but this was the only pack I could find, that she could find, and she sent to me. So I'm going to kind of use them as a border, okay, because I really didn't know what to use. What I just really liked them because they were pink. And so I was like, what can I do with these? And so as I was going through everything, I was like, let's see if we can make it into a border of sorts. So that's what I'm doing here. And if you guys have been writing with me anytime, you've seen me do rub-on transfers. It's very simple, very self-explanatory. So once we get that applied on, I'm going to do that all the way around. Now, of course, there was not enough in this pack to completely go across the whole plank here. So I did leave the bottom part and top part where the frame is open, but it's all good. It's not, it doesn't look bad in my opinion, but you know, hey, if you can paint, I would say you could do something similar to this. I'm not great at painting. I can put some paint on some stuff, you know, just slap it on there, swipe the brush left and right. But like actual like making designs and stuff, that's not my jam. But if you can, or if you can draw, this is an opportunity to do that. So, and you can also find wood frames at Dollar Tree like this. You can find some at Hobby Lobby. If you've been with me, you've seen me use wood frames in the past. So your options are endless. You don't have to use this one. I think Kathy Jo said she got it from Amazon, but you do you, okay? Take this, use your imagination, and do what you will with them. All right. So what you also saw that I was doing there is I had some of these beads that, again, in my stash, I got these from Hobby Lobby during, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. I had got them from there. And again, just sitting here and I'm like, okay, let's add these on as embellishments, you know, just as a border to the sign. And I really like that. Now I was going back and forth with silver, gold, or clear, and I mean pink, and I landed on the silver just because I thought it matched up better with that white background. So also what I'm doing is going to take some more of that string of beads and I'm going to add that on as a handle. Now I did this with hot glue. I would strongly suggest using a stronger adhesive here, okay? It is going to be difficult to do. You know, you're going to have it on a flat surface. I would even say you probably want to put on some parchment paper or something like that, and just kind of go around it with some heavier duty adhesive and let it sit. And use a little bit of hot glue here and there just to hold it in place while everything sets up, okay? But I used hot glue for the sake of the video. So then I had these little like cutout thingies. I don't know what they're called, but they're little cutouts with different pictures and bows and things like that. And I thought this perfume bottle would fit in nicely here. Now I was debating, should I also make that rise out or stick out as well, kind of give it the 3D effect. But I was like, no, I like it sitting back behind the frame. And so then I'm going to go in with some of these bows, like I said here. And this is just to kind of girly it up, give you a little shabby chicness, a little, you know, I don't know. I just love bows. So you guys know, again, my thing is bows, butterflies, and hearts, okay? And it's pink, so you just can't go wrong with pink. And so I decided to add these on here. And I think these are really, really cute. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this at the moment, but I like it. And so, you know, it'll just be sitting there until I decide what I'm going to do with it. And that is pretty much it for this. Now you can totally seal this off with some Mod Podge or something like that, but I'm confident that it'll be okay. And I don't want that shiny look on this piece. Okay. So all right, Brenda, I want to say thank you for sharing your beautiful centerpieces with me. She used the hula hoop here, I believe. I'm not sure what her base is, but I love the little dangling bling in the middle. Her sunlight was giving that day, so this was the best shot she could send me, and I love it. Thank you for sharing your artwork with me, darling. All right, so now we're going to jump into project number 2 using this super cute framed butterfly. Yes, when I saw this... I could not wait to get my hands on it. I saw She's So Crafty haul these, and I was like, you don't need that. But my office is like has butterflies everywhere in there. And when I saw this, I'm like, resist it, May, resist it. But I just couldn't. It had this super cute Sherpa butterfly on there, and then the little blue scenery at the bottom. And when I saw this decal from Dollar Tree that has the faith, hope, and love on it, which is something, you know, I love that saying from the Bible, I was like, I think these two would marry together very, very well. Now, what I did do is I started from the bottom up. So you're going to see me, I don't know if I left it in here, but I was going to just put the words like random over, like, you know, not necessarily in the way it states, like faith, hope, and love. And I started that way, and I was like, no, let's just go from the bottom up. And so here I put hope at the top, but I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And that's the cool thing about these decals, is that they're very forgiving. The adhesive on them is strong, but not strong enough to ruin your project. So I really think that's cool. So right here, I was like, I don't know. Let me switch that around a little bit. So this is where I'm saying I'm going to go ahead and pull that up very gently, because I didn't want to stretch out the decal as well. And so I am pulling that up. And now I'm just going to go ahead and go from the bottom up. Faith, hope, love, going that way. Okay, because I wanted the faith, the whole saying with the faith, because each one of them had a saying behind them, and I wanted to make sure I kept that the saying for faith. I hope all that makes sense. I feel like I was just going, trying to explain. And also too, I wish this was all in black lettering, but I was okay with the gold because you can't really see it. I think because my light was so bright here that it kind of, takes away from the gold lettering, but you can't actually see it all up against the picture. See, yeah, there it is. If you see how it tilts, and it really looks like that, like you can really see it. And I like this. I really, really like this. Super simple, y'all. I don't even know if we could call this a craft, but I really like this. And this is just a way, because Dollar Tree is coming out with some cute stuff from what I've seen, okay? And I haven't been doing a whole lot of shopping, but I have seen like they're coming out with some really cute pictures and frames and things like that. So this is a way to kind of make it and take it and make it your own, tailor it to fit your style. And I love this. So, do what you will. Now, I took some gold beads. I put that right in the center of the butterfly because I wanted to break it up a little bit. And now I'm going to take some of these butterfly stickers that I had in my stash. I'm just going to add one to the top because I felt, me and those little negative spaces, even though they may not really be negative spaces, but my eyes, that's what it sees, and it's like something else needs to be here. So I took that opportunity and put one of these 3D stickers, butterfly stickers, on here, and I love this. I love this. As simple as it is. Again, is it a craft? I doubt it, but it's a way to zhuzh up something and make it cute using Dollar Tree stuff. All right, now we're moving into our final project of today, which is Terracotta Teacup number 93. Let's go for the spiel. Okay, you guys should know by heart now if you've been riding with me. All right, so for those who have not been riding with me on this channel, we have been doing a series called the Terracotta Teacup series, where we take a terracotta pot, we add a handle to it using a macrame ring. We add a theme to it, and we are calling them terracotta teacups. All right. And we are now on number 93. All right. And I'm super excited for that because we are on the road to 100. All right, and what you see I'm doing here is I just went in with some more of that white paint, and now I'm just taking some blue paint and white paint, mixing them together, and I'm just dabbing it on because I'm trying to get like a wave or water waves motion going on here. That's what I was trying to do. If I accomplished that, I don't know, but that's what I was trying to do. All right, so I'm just dabbing this on, no rhyme, no reason. Now, I will also tell you guys that I omitted a big chunk of this because I wanted to stamp on, because Dollar Tree has some stamps that I had in my stash that I hadn't used, and one of them had summer on there. And I wanted to add that to this piece, but it just would not work, and I think it's because of the shape of the surface here, and the stamp just kept smudging. And so I was like, you know what, after 2 attempts I just gave up. You'll see the little stamp on the paper in a minute. I think it's on there, but I just couldn't get it to work. And so I was like, okay, this is taking way more time than I'm willing to invest. My patience is thin. Okay, so I just like, okay, we're gonna omit that, and we're just gonna leave it all the blue and white together. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take some of my Aleene's tacky glue and my hot glue to adhere that to the surface, which we use a little small terracotta saucer, as you saw in the beginning there. And then I'm gonna take my macrame ring, and I'm just gonna cut it in half, and this is what makes it where we add the handle, and this is what takes it from a terracotta pot to a terracotta teacup. All right, and so I'm just smoothing out those little edges there just to make sure the surface is flat. So when I add this to the terracotta pot, it will stick smooth and evenly on there. So then I have some of these MDF laser cutouts from Dollar Tree. Again, y'all, years, okay? I've had these. And so I remember, because I was like, what else can I make? What can I add to this to really give it that summer beach vibe? And so I was like, oh, I remembered I had these in that box or in my container. And so it's just seashells, dolphins, whales, anything that's ocean life. So I was like, let's see how we can do it, because they were pretty big, and I knew they were going to be, I didn't want them to overpower or overshadow the teacup, but I wanted to give that, I wanted you to look at this and know that it was a ocean themed, seashell, ocean themed terracotta teacup. Okay, so then I have these shells in my stash as well. I think I got those from Hobby Lobby, I think, or Michael's, or either I ordered them offline. I don't know. It's been a while. So then I had these pearl, a string of pearls in my stash there with those beads. And so then I'm going to take some smaller shells, and I'm just going to add stuff in there because, you know, I just wanted this to kind of be a seashell and treasures, you know, type of theme teacup. Like, I don't know if it's really nautical or not, but it was summer inspired. That's what I'm going with, summer inspired. Like, just, I don't know, all the little goodies and treasures and things like that, you know, you find at the bottom of the ocean. all the mystery that's down there. I can't swim, but my son can. And he had the opportunity to go snorkeling, and it was like, it was awesome to see him do that. But me, I'm too chicken. So, but it was awesome for him to get to see all the stuff that goes on underneath there. So, I'm just going to add in like the octopus, like these little things. And I'm sorry it's from this angle. I do lift it up, I think, just so you guys can take a peek. But if not, just stick around to the final reveal, lovies, because that's where I like to show everything in its full glory. But yeah, and I'm just like going around, and I'm just trying to make sure you can kind of see the mixture of the white and blue with not like trying to cover it up too much. But yeah, so then what I decided right here is I felt like it needed some more color, some more bling to it, you know, like really make it sparkly a little bit. So I'm just going in with some of these rhinestones and other little tidbits I have, and I'm just going to start placing them in there just to give that illusion of, you know, the seashells and treasures. That's the name of this teacup, Seashell and Treasures. You know, I just wanted to try to capture all that, and it was fun. It was fun. It was different. It was fun. I'll say that. It was pretty cool. But we are now approaching on the final reveal, lovies. And if you are still here riding with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Sorry that sign is a little off. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I had adjusted it, but you know, y'all know me. I'm not even adjusted. Okay, so I'm sorry. But anyway, if you guys are still here riding with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't already done so, lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. And you know how much I love to chat with you guys after each and every video, so keep those comments coming. And once you hit that like button, lovies, swipe to the right, hit that hype button, because it helps your girl out. It helps all of us YouTube smaller channels out. You know, even if you don't want to hype my video, I always say go find your favorite content creator, hype their video, get their video pushed out, because it benefits us all at the end of the day. And you know, lovies, I want to hear from you guys. If you have a favorite, let me know. I want to know that. Leave that in the comment. Let me know what you're doing this weekend too. I have a couple things going on this weekend, but yeah, I'm going to try to squeeze in some time to relax and rest. But I have a pretty full weekend, but what I also like to do is show some of the terracotta teacups we have created. Not all of them, but just a few. You can go back to some of my older videos where I was taking it probably up to about 80 or 90. No, up to like 80, I think. You can see them all. It's always at the end of each video. So go back, check out some of the old ones if you want to see some of the other ones. These are more of the newer ones we've done. But yeah, go back to like around about November and you'll see at the end of the video where it captures probably up to about 80, 85 of them there. Okay? And yeah, I want to know. And let me know if you have a favorite terracotta teacup, okay? And don't forget to hype up this video, lovies. It would mean the world to me. It really, 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 really would help your girl out a lot. Also, if you want to support my channels in other ways, like with supplies and things like that, you can do that by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/craftaway with May. If you can't, that's okay. I'm just happy to have you here with me. Have a good weekend. Hugs and kisses. XOXO, lovies. Bye.